Hello, staff, and welcome back to somewhat of a short week with PD Day on Monday, and just have students for 4 days this week. So talk a little bit about some upcoming events that we have coming up. Grades are due again on Friday at 8 a.m. Make sure that we have our grades up to date and that they reflect where the student is at. Not only that, but then grade checks will go home that following Monday, which is the 2nd of October. It's hard to believe we're already talking about October, as it seems like the school year has just already started to fly by. So update those grades. Make sure they're updated by 8 a.m. on Friday of this week. The other thing is Christy Newby always sends out a weekly schedule. I know we all have busy lives, but I would encourage you to, if you have an opportunity, to go out and watch maybe some of your students and the events that they're in. I know that they enjoy seeing us there, and the opportunity to get out and watch them is something that could have an impact on them. So if time permits and there's a nice night this week and you get a chance to go watch soccer or softball or tennis or football or any of the other activities that we have going on, I would encourage you to do that. Volleyball as well, as we continue to move into the fall sports season. A couple reminders for this week. District mandated trainings on Canvas are due by October 1st. Make sure that you have those taken care of. There's a set of videos there that you'll have to watch. And at the end, there is a one-question little quiz there that you'll have to complete. Evidence feedback form number 1 is due by October 6th. If you have not already completed it, make sure that you have that done by October 6th. The other thing is a 180-day follow-up, and this has to do with our district report card, and we've got to make some contact with kiddos that graduated with us last year. Now, the one thing about this is, if you're not sure what they're doing, then we do need to contact them. If you know what they're doing, you can go ahead and fill the form out that Miss Brittany Miller had shared with you. If you have any questions on this 180-day follow-up, you might get with her, as we need to work on continuing to complete that. One of the evidence pieces that we've talked about is peer observation, and we've come up with a peer observation form. Mr. Wingert will be sharing that with you. Don't freak out whenever you get that, as it will probably look a little bit different, but I know his plan and his intent is to also get you some information in regards to what that looks like and why it looks that way. So be looking for those two things from Mr. Wingert as you move forward in the week. Recently came across a quote from Danny Steele, and it said this: "Some kid dreams of changing the world, and some kids are just trying to make it through their day. The best teachers meet the kids right where they are." You know, for me, that was especially true on Friday. I had the opportunity to have a student in my office and visit with her. And she was talking about applying at MIT, and quite an accomplishment, quite a lofty goal, one that she probably has a very good chance to check that goal off of her box. And, you know, it wasn't just a few hours later, but I had another kiddo in my classroom who was talking about dropping out. So when we think about those kids and where they're coming to us from, just remember that they're coming to us from so many different places with so many different things on their plate. And I encourage you to try to meet them where they are. You know, part of the quote, I would argue that not only do they meet them where they are, but I think you could add to that. I think you could say, but they also know, the best teachers know why they are where those students are at. And you guessed it, for me, it goes all the way back to relationships. And it's my hope that you'll continue to reach out to those students who maybe you haven't had success with yet this year. You know, when I think about the word love, love can be a very intimidating word at the high school level when talking about students. But the truth of the matter is that for students to know that we care about them, they will also believe that we love them. And so I hope that you will continue to love them, get to know them, and you just never know what might happen. I hope that you make it another great week. Thanks.